welcome to my channel. First of all, I'm sitting right in front of the window that faces traffic, so if you hear a lot of background noise or a plane going by, apologies in advance. But there's a new show on Amazon Prime called Paper Girls that premiered on Friday. It actually came out Thursday night. And do you realize that sometimes some shows on Amazon Prime that they say new episodes Fridays, it comes out on Thursday nights? It's really weird. But anyway, so Paper Girls came out, like I said, this Thursday night, and it's based on a comic book series. There are 8 episodes. Each episode, it's about a little under an hour. The show as a total, it's probably about 7 hours if you're planning on binging. The story starts on the day after Halloween, November 1st, 1988. We have our 4 protagonists. These 4 girls, they're all getting up around 4:30 a.m. to deliver newspapers in the suburb of Cleveland called Stony Stream. We have Erin, who they call the new girl, she's Chinese. And then we have Mac, who's the tough, tomboy, and KJ, the rich Jewish girl. And we have Tiffany. And Tiffany is the overly confident intellectual. Long story short, the girls are running away from these older bullies. They stumble upon some STFs, which is short for Standard Time Fighters. And they put them in this capsule. The sky turns neon pink, and the girls end up in 2019. They go to Erin's house, and they find 40-something-year-old Erin, played by Ellie Wong, which, I love Ellie Wong. She's so funny. And here she as Erin, she's so believable. And lately, we've seen so many shows about time travel, like Umbrella Academy, Dark. So what's different here? Here we have the 12-year-old selves meeting their older selves. And I think in Dark, they met their older selves but didn't have much interaction with them. And I saw some people comparing Paper Girls to Stranger Things, because of the whole preteen kids riding bikes in the 80s. But I think Paper Girls is more of a Stand By Me with Now and Then. Do you remember Now and Then? Oh, that was such a good movie. I grew up watching that movie. It was the 4 girls. Remember, we have the young kids. It was Christina Ricci, Thora Birch, and then their older selves were like Demi Moore, Melanie Griffin. The whole plot in Paper Girls isn't all that new and interesting. We have the old watch, which is the people that want to keep time traveling hidden, and then the STFs that I mentioned before, they're in this like time war. The one thing that I like is that the girls, they weren't pursuing time traveling. They, like some other movies, you have the kids with the map. Oh, we want to find this treasure. Oh, we want to figure out how time traveling works. Here, they just ended up in the middle of this time war accidentally. What made it an easy watch for me, it was the girls. It was such great casting. All 4 girls were excellent. None of them stood out more than the other, and their chemistry was so genuine. The show has a lot of heart, and it's because of them. Every decade they're in, it felt like a fresh story to me by adding new characters and all this self-existential dilemmas. The whole time I was wondering, what would I say to my future self? Or my past self? Would I give her a hug and say everything will be okay? Or would I be tough on her and say, you shouldn't give up then. You should have taken that leap that you didn't take. Keep pushing harder. There is a lot of self-discovery and self-reflection on the show. Like, the girls are finding out who they are and who they want to be. My favorite interaction between a young self and an older self, it was Tiffany. She meets her older self and she thinks she went, to MIT. But I mean, she did go to MIT, but she got expelled. But little Tiff thinks she quit MIT and keeps pushing for her to go back to school. She's like, you have to go back to school. We have this dream. She's so ambitious. And older Tiffany keeps telling her, you don't even know what it is to be older. That's another question. Like, what would you do if you were disappointed in the person you turned out to be? One of the funniest most relatable moments of the show, it was when Erin gets her period and she asks Mac to go in the store and steal something for her. And so Mac is in the aisle with the tampons and the pads, completely overwhelmed. She ends up getting a box of tampons, and then the girls, all 4 girls, are outside talking. You know, they're sitting down trying to figure out how this works. And Mac said, well, there's something that looked like a big diaper, so I just got you these. And they're opening up the tampon, and Erin says, how does these go inside me? And KJ says, how do you take it out? And Max says, I don't think you do. I think it just, your body just absorbs it. And I was laughing out loud. What's a super and what's a regular? And Max says, of course, it's the size of your vagina. Another highlight for me was the soundtrack. We not only get music from the 80s, but we also get music from the 90s and the 2000s, because the girls not only go from 1988 to 2019, but they also go to 1999. Now, will we get a season 2 of Paper Girls? I think we will. I think Amazon will pick it up because it ended in a big cliffhanger. Without spoiling anything, the girls get separated. Like 2 girls go one way and 2 girls go the other way. Now, I have a theory about a predictable thing. You know, KJ sees her older self from far away, but she meets her girlfriend, Lauren, I think that was her name. So she talks a lot with Lauren, and I was looking at Lauren, I was like, she looks a lot like the girl that plays Mac. So I think KJ and Mac end up together later on in life, because Lauren and KJ, they're going to film school in NYU, you know, New York. So by the looks of the actress, I don't think that's a coincidence that they look so much alike. After you finish Paper Girls, if you're looking for another great time travel show, do yourself a favor and go watch Dark on Netflix. It's possibly the best thing that's on Netflix. I kid you not. It's complex as heck. Like there are videos on YouTube of people explaining like the family trees and all the different timelines. It's insane. Dark, it's like mind-blowing. I want to hear from you. What decade, if you had the chance, would you go back to? Would you go to the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 60s, the 70s? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you like this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also hit the little bell, the notification button, so you don't miss any future videos. And I'll see you next time.